again on Deep Waters with Deborah Waters. My name is Deborah Waters, and you're tuned in to your number one talk show on radio and TV, Deep Waters. You're live on Radio 93.7 FM and, of course, Silverbird TV. This is where we have quality conversation, deep conversations, conversations that has to do with our emotions, our marriage, our psychology, our finances, and so much more. Basically, we shake the waters until they are still. I want to say a big shout out to all of us children out there. We, the children, happy Children's Day to us. Even though I've not received it, nobody has taken me out on Children's Day because I am a child, and nobody has even wished me happy Children's Day. If you're calling in today, make sure you're wishing me happy Children's Day because I'm somebody's child. Last. All right, let's get right into today's topic. Today we're talking about Barbara or Bob the Builder. Should a woman build with a man? Should a man or woman build with another man or woman? We're talking about Barbara the Builder or Bob the Builder. Who is Bob the Builder? Who is Barbara the Builder? I mean, the phrase already defines itself. Barbara is a builder. Bob is a builder. It's these people that usually, sometimes leave their own dreams aside to build another. So maybe they're in a relationship with a man or a woman, they start to build them, help them out, they give them their money, they build with them, for them, by them, they stand by them, and usually when they do all of that, when they look into the future, it really didn't pay, or the person that they built for or built with, or the person that they built up was not really worth it at the end of the day. So we're talking about Bob the Builder, Barbara the Builder. Should a woman or a man build with another? What would you rather pick? Would you pick a potential or a ready-made man? We've seen situations or stories, even on Nollywood, where we see a woman built with the man had nothing, and they, for some reason they were married, they, worked hard, and then it becomes super, super rich. And when they're now very rich, the man now starts to see everything wrong with her. Maybe starts to say she's not that beautiful anymore, that he has a speck, that she's not even a speck, and then starts to cause wala, maybe starts to cheat, then brings in another wife. We've seen stories like this, and even in real life, we've seen those stories. I don't even want to start to mention names of celebrities, of people that we've seen them start from nothing, and when they become something, for some reason the woman, the man starts to misbehave, and the woman decides to divorce because she cannot deal with this, because she has been a Barbara the Builder or a Bob the Builder. So I want to hear your thoughts on today's topic. Should a woman build with a man? Is it worth it to build with a man? Is it worth it to, I mean, we've seen situations where a man builds up a woman. That one is not even stories. When it comes to a woman building up a man, sometimes people have problem with it. So why would you build a man? Have you built yourself first? Have you done this? Have you done that? What are your thoughts on this? Have you had any personal experiences? Are you married, or have you been married before? When you were Bob the Builder, did you build somebody up? Were you in a relationship where you gave all to somebody that, that turned out to not be worth it at the end of the day? Please do also calling on 0705 993 6937. Or 0705-993-7937. I think it's the second number that's working very fine. So please keep calling on 0705-993-7937 or 0705-993-7937. I don't know why I keep saying or, because I'm so used to the two numbers. So please call in on the second number, the 0705-993-7937. Should one build with a man or woman, or just go for ready-made? Would you go for potential, or would you go for ready-made? I know if we ask ladies this question, I mean, we already know what the answers are, but I want to know the reasons behind the answers. Do men actually stay with women who build them, or do women actually stay with men who build them? Why is the society always against women, going for ready-made? They say, why can't you build with a man? I think sometimes it's like mixed feelings. They say, why can't you build with a man? You like it sweet. That's why you will not stay in one place. I mean, be following married men up and down the place. Is this what you want? Is that it? I want to hear your thoughts, on this topic. Does building a man or woman pay off at the end of the day? Even if you say, okay, I want to build somebody up, I want to be there for them, I want to put in my finances, my emotions, my time in building this person up. will it pay off at the end of the day? If I look at this situation 20 years after, would it be worth it? Will I be crying, or will I be happy that I actually put in some work into this? I want to hear your thoughts. If you have real life experiences, you have thoughts and opinions, please do well to share by calling in. I'm sure the numbers are definitely on your screen. So if you're watching us on TV, please do well to call the numbers on your screen. Should I be busy building my own or building with a man? Usually when a Barbara or a Bob is building, usually, like I said, they leave their dreams aside, for the greater good. I will build him until he's able to take care of all of us. That kind of situation. I'll build him, usually from the man's and the lady's perspective. I'll build him, until he's able to take care of all of us. I'm sure that when he has money, he will take care of me. Men usually, like I said, men usually have a type when money is involved. What are your thoughts on this? Barbara the builder, Bob the builder, does it really pay? Calling on 0705 993 7937 or 0705 I can't believe I said that or again. This is Deep Waters with Deborah Waters, and today we're talking about Barbara or Bob the builder. Should a woman build with a man? Where are my callers in the house? I would love to hear your thoughts on this interesting topic, because I feel like this conversation is something that we're always having behind closed doors, and sometimes we don't even want to give our honest opinion, because if somebody asks me now and say, Deborah, would you want a ready-made or do you want to build with a man? I'll probably reply by saying, oh, it depends. It depends, because I also want to know who, if I want to even build with somebody, I want to know who I'm building with. I don't want to hear stories that touch after I already built you finish. We now have all the money. Then you don't used to sit there in one place. You now see one small mbeke girl and now say, is that one you want to follow? That's when you know that you want to have more wives. That's when you want to know that we should have our separate houses. Hey, I feel like it's when it comes to this type of stories, it's usually the women. When a man builds a woman up, some women actually still go away or walk away, but most times they don't. So is it that we women are more stable than you men? Is it that our love is more stable than you men? Why is it that you sometimes this gender, I don't even know whether it's a gender thing or not. Is it a gender thing or is it a personality thing? As always, I put this up on my socials, and people had interesting things to say. Some people said, oh, I will build, though building is more important, although he didn't give me the reason why. Another person says, I said, men build women all the time. Why do most women find it hard to build men? He now says, them no get energy. Women in Nigeria no get energy to build men. Them always they hungry. Them no they eat. So I don't know if he means this literally or he means this, much deeper, because it's like, oh, women in Nigeria were always hungry. We no get strength to build man. And if you hear a modern woman nowadays, they'll say build care, build qua. Build what? Please, ready-made, But if everybody now goes for ready-made, what's going to be left at the end of the day? How many ready-mades do we have? That's the big question. So if you go on ready-made, everybody ready-made. So who will marry the potentials? Who will marry the ones that needs building? Who will marry the ones that is still building up, that is still, managing himself, Another person says, big and knowledgeable question. And I was like, oh, give me more reasons. And he says, oh, the reason why it is a big question is if it's a man that wrote those words. Every woman will go back to him like he's stingy. Because, like I said, I said, why is it that most men build women up, but women find it hard to build men up, or they start to argue or hesitate when it comes to building men? And I was like, oh, if a man that says this now, they'll say, this man is stingy. But now that it's a woman, everybody is quiet. The reason why it's knowledgeable is that not every woman nowadays appreciates a man's effort and support on them anymore. They see it as a regular thing, or let them say usual thing. And that's the truth, actually, because these days, when billings follow you, you go to say it's not a child's play. So if you are doing one small thing, you're like, when Mr. A or Mr. B is doing so much more, why am I suffering myself? But for you to reason that you are not a regular woman, okay, he's commenting on what I said. Basically, those are the comments I can take for now, but I'd love to hear your thoughts on Deep Waters with Deborah Waters. We're talking about, should a woman or a man build another? Should a woman build a man up, or should a man build a woman up? I feel like the man building a woman up is not even a question. And people always say that's the regular. But should a woman build a man up? Does it pay to build a man up? Calling on 0705 993 7937. 0705 993 7937. I'm not seeing any of your calls. I don't know, is it that people are eating Children's Day rice, so you're not calling? Or is it that we're having technical issues? Or do I have to go on a break and check out that these calls are actually fine? I need to be sure, because I really, really want to hear from you. I can't be the only one talking on this show now. I need to hear your thoughts on the topic. Should a woman build? Are you a woman out there? Have you built with a man before? Did it pay off for you? Do you have regrets? Do you have regrets about it? Have you heard of situations where, they built themselves up and it did not work? I want to hear your thoughts. Please do well to calling on the numbers on your screen. And if I'm not taking any further calls, I'd have to go on a very, very short break. When I get back, you already know, more conversations. I hope it's not a technical issue. And if it is, I'll make sure that is fixed, so that when we get back, we can have even much more deeper and lovely conversations on the topic of the day. I can't wait to have some insightful thoughts and opinion on it. And yeah, I'll be bringing a special guest with me. She's a realist, in the Nigeria's #1 realist. Yes, that's what they call her. You find out more about her in a bit. Stay here. This is Deep Waters. I hope that we don't overshake it so that it does not spill or splash on people, because today is Children's Day. Me, that as a child like this, if water splash on me, it's not going to be funny. I'm speaking ironically. Good to have you back on the show. Today we're talking about Bob the Builder. Should a woman or a man build with another? Does it pay to build somebody up? Literally, we've heard of several stories of where a woman builds up a man, and then when it's time to now reap the fruit of the labor, or reap the fruit. I think that happens in acrimony. I think that was the story of acrimony, actually. When it's time to now reap the fruit of your labor, then the man is nowhere to be found. He now looks for another person that enjoys the entire thing. I mean, look at the controversy going on with the rude boy. Is it Paul Okoye now? I don't know if that story is quite familiar, but it kind of like seemed like giving a Barbara the Builder Bob. I'm not saying she built him up. I'm just saying that when it's time for her to enjoy the fruit of her labor, then you just see another woman entirely there. And it happens a lot with this male gender. We've not heard of stories where we've heard, but it's not very common, where the man builds up a woman and then she walks away or something. I don't know if it's a gender thing, if it's a personality thing, but I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. If you have questions and thoughts, if this sounds familiar to you, if you have a life experience, a first-hand life experience, please do what to calling on 0705 993 7937. 0705 993 7937. I still have in the studio with me. Why do I keep saying I still? I have in the studio with me a very, very special guest. This one was a hard nut to crack. I tried to pull her left. I was dragging her left, dragging she to shoe. But we don't grieve for ourselves this year. I don't grieve for anybody, not grieve for everybody. But I'm so glad to have her in the studio. They call her Nigeria's #1 realist. She's an actor, a host, a content creator. If you are following her on social media, then I'm sure you definitely have seen her face somewhere. Maybe Tunde had not posted her, or somebody reposted what she said, because she's always making sense. And you know what to expect from someone who is a realist. They keep it real. They will drop it like it's hot. No, there's no apology, literally. So we can't wait to have such undiluted realness when it's coming from Nigeria's #1 realist. Ladies and gentlemen, I have with me in the studio Juliet Ndua. Hi.
Hey, thank you. That was quite an introduction. I must give you that.
Come again, please. So sorry.
I said that was quite an introduction. I must give you that.
Oh, please. You didn't. What introduction? That was you, and I wish I could even do more. Literally.
I'm okay with that. That's
you can manage that, right?
I can do with that for the rest of the day.
Okay, you might need to move a bit closer to the mic, because people they're struggling to hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, that's better, right? Oh,
right.
Okay, so good to have you. Now, they were just disturbing my ears. Now I can focus now. So good to have you, Jare, in the studio.
Thank you.
Julie
Hi,
Cassie.
everyone.
I like, oh my God, this is so real. This is so surreal,
Yeah,
literally.
it's happening.
I can't wait. It's happening, literally. I can't wait to actually hear all your thoughts on the topic. So, yeah, we're talking about Barbara the Builder, Bob the Builder. I don't even know why I give them those names.
No, it's Barbara is the female version of Bob.
Bob,
They
okay.
both the building.
Oh,
They're both building.
okay. Okay, so Barbara is a builder, Bob is a builder. I don't know why we're still having sound issues. This is really distracting. Are you hearing? Are you getting the feedback now? I really need to know that. I'm focusing on this conversation. So, all right. Let's just hope that they were struggling to hear you, and I hope that the mic is clear. It's better now.
Okay.
Yes. So Barbara is the
Female version of Bob.
version of Bob.
The builder.
Okay, so who are these builders? I know I've tried to break it down in my own little way, but who are they? How do you know? What are the signs and symptoms of a builder? Are they always carrying shovel, or do they always carry where they are?
In this case, we're talking about builders.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's a builder. Now it depends on what you're building and what you're building for.
Okay,
Yeah,
so everyone is a builder.
everyone is a builder.
So everyone is a Barbara or a Bob.
No, in this case, no.
Okay,
I'm
so
not a Barbara.
okay,
I don't build nobody. I build myself.
okay, but you don't mind having a Bob.
A Bob.
Mm-hmm.
For me to have a Bob,
Mm-hmm.
it has to be on an agreement. We have to agree.
Why is it that the table, when it comes to this Barbara, people who build and all that, it's only when it favors us that we can switch up the table.
Okay, now this is it. Yeah, I'm a realist here. I have never sat down for one day and decided to build with anybody because I have so much to do for myself. I don't even have time or the energy to build any Bob as a Barbara. Do you understand? me?
Yes.
And I feel like women should not focus their attention on building men when they are not even done build. Like, so you actually know how to build something up and you're not building yourself? Do you understand?
Yes.
It takes a whole lifetime for anybody to build and like themselves. So what time do you have to be building somebody else who you do not have an agreement?
But wait, Julie, isn't relationships all about building at the end of the day?
I feel like nobody should be building anybody until they're talking about marriage. Yeah, you can have as many relationships in this life as you want. Some don't last beyond 1 month. Imagine having to build every single time you get into one. Until you are like literally in an agreement with somebody that you guys want to start a home or a family or something before you actually start building. And that doesn't stop you from building yourself. You're building yourself, the person is building himself, and you guys are building a life together. You don't live your own dreams and be building somebody else. No, it doesn't happen like that.
Interesting.
Because if you be that person and that person's level surpasses yours, the person will find somebody on that level or somebody who suits the person that they are at that moment. And probably if you've not been building yourself, you might not be that person at that point.
Interesting. So if I heard you loud and clear, everybody's a builder, but when we get into an agreement, like a relationship, and we are saying, oh, we want to build ourselves together, it can still go wrong even at that point in time.
That's one thing. That's the reality of life. Nothing is 100. A realist understand that nothing is 100. It's a risk either way. I can tell you that there are some people that get into a relationship, they don't even know what they're doing in that relationship. They just know they're there. And there are some people that are in a relationship, they define their relationship, they tell themselves what they want from their relationship and they're working towards it. The disappointment comes when one person now goes against what, they're both planning. That is human nature to disappoint, yeah? But it does not change the fact that some people understand their relationship and they're working towards it. If you go through, if you meet any girl now, do you want to build it? She will tell you no. But it doesn't mean that there are not people who have been building their relationship for over 10 years, even before they got married. And you're wondering, you guys have been together for 10 years? You understand?
Yes.
For some reasons, their relationship must have handled the test of time and they know where they are going to. And maybe they were quite younger. You understand? To be able to do all that years together. You feel me? So all this now like boils down to the whole building thing. But if you're a girl and you want to really be invested, this building thing for a girl is just like saying a guy investing in a girl, and I feel like it's a choice thing.
Yes,
it's a choice thing.
But usually when you look at the society is always okay with a man investing in a woman. But when it's time if the woman is the other way around, it feels like, oh, you're a Barbara.
Because men are providers. Men are providers by nature, by psychic, in every
They are
way.
builders, in other words.
They're protectors, providers. I don't know what... I said everybody's a builder. Man, woman, you build. Either ways. You understand?
Yes.
The provider and the protection mindset lies more on the man. The man... before now, I said something in one of my posts. I said men have always held the position of money and power. Okay, it is recently that women really started. A lot of people saw what their mothers went through. A lot of girls went through hell, and they don't want to go back to that. They don't want to go through what their grandparents or mothers went through. So they're fighting their way into financial freedom. But men have always held these positions for years. So many men have always been in that position to financially bring up a woman. Yes, or women generally.
Interesting.
Yes.
So if you were to vouch or put your money on Barbara or Bob, like usually, that when Barbara builds, usually the man can walk away at the end of the day. If you were to put your money on Barbara, on Bob, or I say Bob, on am I having the tongue twist now? Or Bob. So if you had to put your money on either of them, that who is most likely to not get jilted, who would you put your money on?
Who is most likely? Well, I don't know.
Would you put your money on the woman or the man?
Who's going to get jilted after being built?
Yes, who is most likely to get jilted?
Most likely, I think the woman. Yeah.
Why? So why are men? Is it a men thing? Is it a gender thing? Why are men like that?
One thing you have to understand is that the mindset of a man is to be the provider. Okay? You know the way women are happy when they receive money, they collect money. That is not the same way men feel about money. Men are happy when they are able to give. Women are happy when they are able to collect. It's two different psychic. You understand?
Yes.
If a man even begins to feel like he's in a position to receive, he feels less than a man. Unless he's receiving from where he's earning his money from, legitimately.
Interesting.
But if he's receiving money from a woman, trust me, he's not super happy to be in that position. He wishes to be the one who gives, because that is the male ego. You understand?
Yes.
So now, when the man has been in the position to receive and receive and receive, trust me, and maybe, for instance, the woman now starts being disrespectful because of that. Anything that makes that man gets up on his feet, there is a very high tendency he wouldn't want to be with that woman. Extremely high tendency. And the truth is that a lot of women who have money do not know how to behave with money. Because women are not really providers. They are not meant to be providers. But the society and the condition of things and the way providers have treated their subjects over time has made women want to wear that armor of providing, even though it is not their nature.
Interesting. So when you wear it, for too long, or even wear it at all,
for too long, it begins to choke you. What a man will naturally do for his woman for 10 years without complaining, the moment a woman does it straight for 1 month, the whole world is going to hear of it, because that is not the woman nature. No matter how rich a woman is, she still wants to be pampered or given money by a man. It's just a natural thing.
Interesting. I can see why you would put your money on Barbara to be jilted more, because it's not the way the men are wired, and when they're exposed to that, even if they can endure for 10 years, you're choking them literally, and they want to walk away. But sometimes it looks like the woman is just helping, because the man is not really stepping into his full masculine. Maybe she's helping, she's supporting. It looks like she's supporting, or she's even loving. Sometimes it looks like love, and love is giving. So you're giving, you're loving.
Now, one thing really boils down to partners. That's where the partner thing comes in. There are some men that their ego will kill them. You understand? They would rather die than collect from a woman. And there are some, they don't mind. If you give them, they will collect. Some they will collect, and they will still be wishing they were in that position where they are able to give. Now, the woman who is coming to support, you also have to support in such a way that you are not making the man feel like less of himself. And number one, he has to be a very reasonable man. He has to be a reasonable man, because trust me, some men are crazy. The moment you start any more than themselves, you're already in trouble. Yes, as a woman, do you understand me?
Yes.
So you have to support the man in such a way that you're not taking away his masculinity, because there is one thing that matters to men so much, and that is respect. Either he's at his lowest low or his highest high. He doesn't negotiate his respect. He wants his respect all the time. So if he tolerates you for being there for him financially at some point, and then when he and you disrespect him because he's at that point and he couldn't do much, trust me, any day that guy gets up on his feet, he's dropping you. He is dropping you. There's a very high tendency he's dropping you.
And if he doesn't drop you, he'll be doing stuff behind and just waiting for you to drop him, maybe.
Yes, waiting for you to drop him, because you will have no choice but to drop him.
That's really, really deep. This is Deep Waters with Deborah Waters, and we're talking about Barbara or Bob the Builder. Should a woman build a man, or should a man build a woman? If you have thoughts and personal experiences and questions for our realist in the house, please do well to calling on 0705 993 7937. 0705-993-7937. We're talking about Barbara Bob the Builder, the man that builds with a woman, woman that builds with a man. Should a woman build a man up? That's what we're talking about. Does he pay to build a man? If you have thoughts and questions, please do well to calling. I missed some of your calls earlier, so please, if you have thoughts and questions, I'd love to hear your thoughts. So calling on 0705-993-7937, 0705-993-7937. I still have in the studio Nigeria's #1 realist, actor, host, content creator, and more, Juliet Ndua, in the house, giving us real thoughts, realistic thoughts on the topic of the day. So yeah, back to our conversation. I was also going to drop that ready-made or potential. I want to know, would you rather go for potential or would you go for ready-made? Ladies would definitely always pick ready-made over potentials. Would you go for potential or ready-made?
Well, ready-made is not always ready-made for everybody. You know that part,
I don't
right?
know. I don't know that part.
What I'm saying is that the fact that somebody is ready-made doesn't mean the person wants you. But no, that is the truth. You might want a ready-made, but does a ready-made want you? Now that is where the
that one deep.
Yes. So nothing is 100. Nothing is 100. Yes, if you would ask me, do you want a ready-made? I would want a ready-made because I want to know what this person is after achieving all these things.
Yes.
Because a lot of people, money really changes them, and you cannot rule that out. You understand?
Yes.
But also, I can't say potentials because potentials, even though potentials are very valid, there's a way you're going to look at somebody, their plans towards their life, the way they handle their situation and the way they move in, and I know this person is going to get there. You understand me?
Yes.
It's tricky. It's more like a 50-50 thing.
Yes.
So what happens in a situation where you can get a ready-made?
You can wait for it now.
Oh, well, some ready-mades are crazy as hell. Yeah, I tell you that for sure. Because some ready-mades, before somebody gets to that level, or maybe someone was passed down ready-made. Some people were born into wealth or whatever it is. So they were passed down ready-made. So it also boils down to whom you click with. You can actually meet a ready-made person who you cannot tolerate.
Interesting. This is Deep Waters with Deborah Waters. Let's take a caller. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening. Good to have you on the show. Thanks for calling.
Thank you too.
Yes, talk to me. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Adela. I'm calling from Kenya.
Okay, good to have you, Adela, on the show.
So your guest just said something. Sorry, I want to clarify it to make me understand more. She said that when guys get money from women, they're never happy. Like, is it every guy or some guys?
Okay.
Yeah, because I know that some guys just they live to get money from women.
So you know those guys. Sorry, you know those guys that they live to get money from women. You know them. You have them around you. You hear stories. Do you have them around you? Do you know them?
Well, no, I don't. But I hear stories how guys would.
Yeah, I was just going to be scared for you because I'm like, who has been getting your money, Adiola? Who has been collecting your money? But thankfully, it's not you. Hallelujah.
No, but it's because we know that we hear stories. We know that some people just live to go after women who are, comfortable and they get whatever they can get from them.
Yes.
Can I speak?
Okay, yes, you can speak. Thank you so much. She will respond to you, Adela. She'll respond to you.
Okay.
All right, so yeah.
First of all, any man who lives to get money from women is a scammer, a gold digger. Straight up, there's no two ways about it. And I believe that when we're talking here not about scammers. I don't think we're talking about scammers here, are we?
Nope.
Okay, we're not talking about scammers. Any man, take this statement to the grave, yeah?
Okay.
Any man who lives to collect money from a woman is a gold digger. He's straight up seeing that woman as a client. There's nothing like love there. Trust me.
Wow.
And when that money finishes, just like girls do, Eva moves to the next person. Is a lazy person. I'm talking about men who are actually men. Okay, I don't think you're living to date a gold digger or something like that. Most men that are actually men they don't even like it when their woman has to be the one to bring money or give them money. They are not comfortable with it. They are not okay with it. If the guy is even doing something and you as a girl, you tell him, what can I do for you? Tell you nothing. Because it's not really in their nature to be to collect. They prefer to be the one to give. So any man who does anything contrary to that, trust me, is one of those men that should be thrown into the dustbin. Straight up.
That was hard. I was going to even say just run away, but now you said they should package them and
they just bundle them and throw them in the dustbin straight up.
Oh my, that's really, really hard.
How can a man want to be collecting from a woman? That's a sheep hussy.
Okay. All right, this is Deep Waters with Deborah Waters, and we always say uncomfortable things. So I'm sure the men listening to this, some of them, I know my audience, I know my listeners. Throw them into dustbin. I'm sure they have something to say. We have callers calling in. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon. The ladies are really calling in today. Wow, good to have you on the show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm good, first-time caller.
Your name is what, Ruth?
Gift from my papa,
Gift from my papa. Peace from my papa. Good to have you. Thanks for calling. So good to have you call first time on the show.
Yes. This is Auntie Debbie, right?
Okay. Am I Auntie now? Debbie? Did you say Auntie Debbie now?
Yes. Auntie Deborah Waters now.
Auntie. Am I an auntie now? Today is... I'm a child though, please. I'm a children. Today is children day. It's our day. Oh my God. Okay. Thank you so much for calling. I appreciate it. Yes, it's Auntie Debbie, if you'd like to call me that.
Like what our guest, like I just said now, our guest.
Yes, Julie.
He said any guy.
Oh my God, that was a lot of technical issues there and all the sound. Please do us a call back. The number to call is 0705-993-7937. The ladies you are doing something to the ladies. Usually the guys are always the one bombarding. They have something to, yes. So I don't know what you're doing to them that they're like calling in today. Maybe we need to have you more often so you can lure them in on the show for us.
Oh well, I'm saying it the way it is touching them, so I guess that's.
I guess so. I really guess so. So speaking on, okay, I think she's calling again. So let's quickly take that. Hello. Okay, I missed that. So please do want to call back. So if I so choose to build a man, let's say I have a guy around me now that is doing well, a potential, and if I so choose to say I want to build with this person, since every ready-made cannot be ready for everybody, right? What are the things I should look out for so that I don't end up being a Barbara the Builder?
Now it depends. You have to look for there. I always say something here. If you want to be in a relationship, look out for a man that wants to serve, not a man that wants to be served. They are two different things. The moment you're able to distinguish between these two things, you're heading straight towards knowing who's good for you and who's not good for you. You understand?
Yes.
When you meet a man that wants to be served, that is where you see all the protocols and all the things dropping that he wants you to come and do. That's going to eventually serve as work or maybe burden. You understand?
Yes.
Yes, but a man that wants to serve, you understand?
Yes.
It's not like he wants to come and be licking your feet or something, but he's looking out for ways to help your life become even
better.
So at whatever stage of finances or level that man is, he is giving the best of his ability. Even when people say, I can't be with a broke guy and whatever, a broke guy that loves you and really means well for you will give you to the best of his ability. The only difference is girls are complaining because the broke guy is not giving them what a rich guy or maybe a sugar daddy would give.
But they are giving.
It just is not giving as
much.
Because even when you say I was with him when he was broke, there would definitely be things within his level that he would be willing to give you. And believe me, if you're dating a guy that is not giving you something when he's rich, he wasn't giving it to you when he wasn't either.
Interesting. This is Deep Waters with Deborah Waters. I still have with me Juliet Cassie in the house. Let's take another caller. What's going on with the calls today? Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening. Thanks for calling. Julie, what are you doing? Good to have you. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Bumi calling from Surulere.
Bumi from Surulere. Good to have you on the show. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you, too. I'll have a question for your guest.
Okay.
What do you do when you're with a guy who obviously you're helping out? He's not a gigolo. Well, I want to believe he's not a gigolo, but you're helping him out, and everything seems so cool with the both of you. But the moment he starts to make money, he changes towards you. Now, not that you were rude to him when you were helping him. Well, how do you explain that?
Interesting.
When you start to,
Okay, so when he has money now, he just changes towards you.
yeah, that's when, if let's say for example, you don't really make him breakfast. You guys live together. You don't really make him breakfast, and when he didn't have money, he didn't come with that.
Were you living with the man? Were you living with him? Were you living with him?
Yes, I'll do for him.
Okay.
Then the moment he started making money, that was when
he now starts to say, cook for me.
This thing, that thing, like you're not doing this, you're supposed to be doing this, that you're not doing.
Interesting.
How do you explain that?
Okay, all right, she would answer that for us.
Okay, now this is, why I asked that question, do you live with him?
Nope.
It's easy to get that they live together. Because why would you be making, she's not married to this person, I guess.
Yeah.
If you live with him, that is what you're going to get.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that's why I asked that question, do you live with him? And she didn't surprise me when she said yes. People get tired of people. Even in marriages, people get tired of people. I can tell you that what keeps most marriages together after a few years is the friendship, the children, the sense of responsibility. You understand?
Yes.
And it could be love, but trust me, a lot of marriages out there, it is more of sense of responsibility, children and everything that is keeping it. When you start living with a man, he will get tired of you. This is not even because he got richer. Anybody that is working this year, that is actually working and doing stuff, should be able to see differences between now and next year. It's natural that you're working. You should be able to progress from this stage to that stage. So either or not he made money, this thing she's saying is coming from the fact that they live together.
So what should she do in that situation?
You shouldn't be living with a man that you're not married to.
So, I mean, if you're not living with him, then he will not be even asking you to cook for him in the first instance.
Because why would you cook for him? Like, you can, like, when you have a boyfriend, somebody you love, you probably visit once in a while. Yeah. You can make him stuffs. Like, okay, this is not even like cook, like, because you are also gonna eat. You understand? Because you're also gonna eat. Cooking stuff, like you guys should. But living with him, you understand?
Yes.
Living with him is a different ball game.
But now they live together already. The deed has already been done.
This guy has always had that attitude. The reason why she did not notice is because he didn't have as much money to be able to voice out how he felt. Because he felt like if he voiced it out, she would leave him. She would leave him, and it's going to be hard for him to get a lady that's going to stick with him in that condition. So now that he has gotten money and is in a place where he can now
say his mind, basically. So that's what she should do, because obviously for her to answer that question, she's not very comfortable with that, and it's already giving a Barbara the Builder, low-key Bab the Builder kind of vibe. So what should she do in that situation now?
Now that's very rocky, because a realist will not really jump into something when she doesn't know the day-to-day activity of how they run their relationship. Do you understand?
Yeah.
I cannot just judge based on a few seconds phone call that she just called, and I can't tell how leave or stay, because there are so many things that unfolds for every single day that they live together that I'm not aware of.
Yes.
And I need to be aware of those things to be able to draw like a conclusion on how to be of help.
Interesting. I'm sure she can reach out to you later on social media. But I will make sure you drop your social media handles so that they can definitely. I know you have life stories and all that they send to you and all. My final question would be, because I don't know how time just flew by literally, but my final question would be, how can women balance building with their partner and also building themselves? Because especially when marriage is involved, sometimes it feels like when marriage just gets involved, it's like somehow we just lost ourselves in it. Like,
is it marriage getting involved or being actually married?
Married, no, being actually married. That's what I'm
saying.
There's
no way you'll be married to somebody you won't build with the person. It's impossible.
Yeah. So how do you balance building, not forgetting your own dreams too, while building with the person?
Now it depends on the person, because I know one thing for a fact is women really get carried away, and not even just carried away. The sense of responsibility and the things on the shoulder of a woman. You understand, to be able to, and you also have to take permission from, you understand, you're not like the head that can decide how you want it to be. You understand? I understand it perfectly well. But one thing I know for a fact is that is where the negotiation comes in. For me, aside from the love and everything, I see marriage as a contract. Yes, that's how I see marriage.
Wow.
You must be able to negotiate your way through. And to be able to negotiate your way through, you have to know your person. You have to also hold like it's some level of finances. You understand?
Yes.
You also have to know what you want from your partner, what you want from your union. Because those are the cards that you lay down on the table to be able to say, yes, I want to marry you. Because it's not only the love that sustains it, trust me. If you want to marry a guy, okay, this is who I am, this is what I do, and this is where I plan to be, this is where I plan to go in the future. You understand? It tells you his own plan, and somehow you guys will find a way to negotiate and meet in the middle. So that you don't lose yourself totally trying to satisfy his own dream.
And that's why it's important to be
Or
with someone
become
who
too
says.
selfish trying to build your own self. So everything concerning building has to be like you guys meet in the middle to negotiate and agree on how things will work. We want to have 2 kids. We space them out 2 years apart. This is how we're going to get maybe maids or help who are going to help us to fill in for this and fill in for that, so that I can have time for my this, you can have time for your this. That is where the negotiation. But if you don't have the finances, you don't have, you don't know where you're going, you don't have like an idea of who you are in the first place, and all those things, you will never be able to say that your own is made, they just marry Mickey fast.
Interesting. Wow, this has been a very interesting episode. I feel like we did not even get into the deep waters today. We just swam.
Scratched the
We
surface.
scratched the surface. We need to do a part 2, if it's not too hard to grab you back again into the studio. But thank you so much, Juliet Nduwa, Nigeria's #1 realist, for coming on the show.
Thank you. My name is Julie Cassie, though.
Yes, please. How can people find you on social media?
Well, you would. My post pops up once in a while on your
everywhere.
FYP. Yes.
On TikTok and Instagram.
Instagram, yeah.
Yeah. So Julie at Julie Cassie. How do you spell the Julie and the Cassie?
You know, my name is very strategic. I picked this because I knew it was going to be a big name, though.
Okay.
Jullie Cassie.
Okay, perfect. Sounds like a tongue twister.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah. So please call us. Dear callers, you have thoughts and questions, you want to follow up, with the conversations, please do well to reach out to Julie. She's always in our DMs and she will respond to you.
Always in my DMs?
I mean, not really, but I mean, they should
try.
feel welcome.
Literally. Probably send an email. That's better off.
That sounds very... Okay, email, Rabi.
Yes.
So what's your email, though?
thejucasbrand@gmail.com.
Okay, how do they spell that? Because I'm sure that people want to reach out to you,
The normal the.
Okay, DHE?
Yeah.
THE?
THEJUCAS brand.
Okay.
@gmail.com.
All right, perfect. I think email is better. No wonder I struggled in the DMs, so don't go to the DMs. Thank you so much. There are calls coming in, but guys, we have to go. I'll be live again on Wednesday at 5 to 6 p.m. for another amazing show for you. And I hope you're able to, get one or two things about balancing between building a partner and building yourself, most importantly. Thank you so much for calling. I'll be back again on Wednesday. And for now, I'll just say from myself and Julie, bye-bye.
Bye.